Hey everyone, welcome back to another speed build. Today I am in San Manchuno in the beautiful penthouse that there is. In fact, this is my first time ever seeing or entering the penthouse. And I was like blown away with how much space there was. But more on that in a moment. So today I decided to enter into the world of industrial build. So I did an industrial modern build using a lot of the features from the industrial pack as well as lots of other ones and just kind of tied it into this beautiful penthouse. So my goal with this penthouse was to keep like the original pool and most of the original outer walls and to create basically to renovate the penthouse instead of starting from scratch. So if you're wondering why isn't she deleted, or it looks like she deleted everything, what's her intentions with that? Like, that's what I was shooting for. To basically, like, this millionaire asked the you to for me to like renovate it, to take it and make it just like sparkle more. Like, I have all this space, but what should I do with it? So in my mind, I created this for a wealthy client, most definitely wealthy, who is really into wellness. That spa refresh update really added a whole bunch of unique features into wellness, such as like new yoga mats and instructor yoga mats and manicures and pedicures and so many things with that I love it. I love the refresh. I'm so glad that we're getting refreshes. I think it'll finally be worth like purchasing more of the expansion packs and game packs and when things are more usable, I guess I would say. I have already owned the spa pack, and I wouldn't say that I hated it. Like, a lot of people say that Spa Day was like their least favorite pack. I don't think I would go so far as to say it was my least favorite, but the refresh definitely helped me enjoy it more. So, if as you can see, I am in the master ensuite bathroom, going out with an industrial look of just using the countertops and keeping kind of that metal and black and white vibe. And I add a little bit of maroon with the towel and robe. Later on, you'll see me actually take that bathtub and raise it up. I just felt like it needed some more dimension in this room. And so, what I end up doing actually is I take that bathtub, I raise it up, and I put this like dividing wall between the shower and the entrance. And I'm doing it right there. But I add the windows that I used on the exterior from the Mochino pack to kind of make it like, I don't know, like I wanted it not to be like this giant wall that really blocked out things. I wanted it to kind of flow. And so I actually used this wall and this concept of windows in the bathroom, in this master bedroom, and I believe I use it in oh yes, in the downstairs wellness room, I guess I would say, where I create this luxurious workout space and relaxation space, and I use that wall there as well. This is my master bedroom. It is downstairs, and I thought this would be the master bedroom just because of the spectacular like view into the pool. I thought that was a unique feature that it was already there when I entered the penthouse area. And so I wanted to keep it, like I said, I wanted it just to be like more of a renovation and only adding on like certain key points to it. So because of the pool, I decided that this would be the master bedroom. I decided too that I was basically going to use the industrial kit pack the most in this bedroom. So you can kind of see like almost every feature from that kit is used in this bedroom: the rug, the couch, the bed, the plants. Yeah, I thought this would be a good place to make it really thematic. It was one of my first rooms that I did other than the bathroom, so I really wanted the the feeling to start out on a really good start. One thing I will say, if you are a Sims player, which I am, I love to play, not just build. And building is actually something that's really newer for me. In fact, in Sims 3, I very rarely like built. Actually, in fact, I only built for the Sims that I wanted to build for. So I would make my own houses, but I wouldn't like build for content or anything like that. I think that has to do with the fact that Sims 3 gameplay is spectacular. Honestly, I did not make the switch to Sims 4 until basically COVID time, when I was like, okay, I need a new game here. I need something more, because I was just kind of getting a little antsy with The Sims 3 in terms of like I was getting so frustrated with how laggy it was, and basically as soon as I got The Sims 4, all that lag went away for my computer and my PC. So I think it might have just been really hard on my PC, having that older thing. But the idea is I use that industrial kit to really build out that bedroom to give us a good fresh start. I use that wall like I talked about, but we're way past that at this point. And that's okay, because this is kind of a longer video. So I hope that you are comfortable and you're in a good place to kind of just sit and chill and watch. And I guess I'm a little curious to know, when you watch these videos, do you listen to the voiceovers, or is it more, you just mute it and watch the building happen? I love watching like Miss Griffey on YouTube, who does a lot of building, and some other YouTubers that do it. And it kind of depends for me. Sometimes I watch them completely silent. And then other times I really enjoy listening to what they have to say and some different things. So let me know in the comments, like, hey, I actually am listening to this. And if I see no comments, I'm going to assume that nobody's listening. Here we are in what technically is like the entrance to the penthouse. That big door to the right that you saw is the entrance from the elevator area. So right away you walk into this luxurious giant dining room that's right off from the kitchen, which is over there behind that wall. And I really wanted just like this massive table with comfy chairs, and I love those windows above like the buffet table. I think that the arch is just such a unique thing. And I took this bike and I actually raised it up to put it on the wall. I think a lot of times the industrial feeling, like that was a very common like design that I noticed in a lot of like different inspirational pictures that I was looking at. So I took that bike and I raised it up on the wall. I feel like it's probably still usable, so try that out if you're playing with it. And then I'm over here against this first big column that I put through the middle of the build. I did 2 columns. First one I did on purpose because I really wanted to kind of like wrap the staircase all the way around. And then I thought, okay, but there wouldn't just be like one column. There'd be like probably 2 support columns. So I added this second one. And I was kind of not sure what to do with it at first. And in the end, I create this built-in fireplace. I make it with the windows all the way around the column. I thought that kind of opened up the space a little bit in terms of like not sectioning everything off entirely. And then also just like having that fireplace visible from both the dining room and what I am now creating as the living room. And also technically later on you'll see the office can kind of look through it too. I thought that was kind of a fun way to bring the fireplace into multiple areas without having lots of fireplaces on different walls. I also used the same couch from the industrial pack in this area, and I'm using the Moschino, I believe that's bookshelf right there up against the wall. I love that bookcase. It's actually quite big, so that was something that I thought worked great in this space, but in a lot of like smaller builds, it doesn't work well. So kind of keep that in your mind. This is the wall that kind of backs up into just like right across from the living room. I took some of those roof things and I kind of just thought it built it out a little bit more and made this little walkway up a bit more 3D, a little bit more personable, or like not so flat. That's what I should say. I felt like the hallways sometimes can get too flat. So yeah, I just kind of built it out. Next, we're heading into what the kitchen is, right off the dining room and that living room. This, by far, for some reason, was the most frustrating room to go with. And in fact, I actually leave this room and come back to it multiple times because I just wasn't happy with it. I just felt like I didn't use the space correctly or my design was off. I'm not sure. At the very end, you'll have to let me know, like, if you had an idea that would have worked better with this space, or if you end up like downloading it in the gallery to play with. If you end up rearranging it completely, I'm totally okay with that. I honestly do that with any of my builds. Sometimes I will do that too, where I take something off the gallery just for the exterior of the house and then redesign it myself on the inside. So yeah, if you end up doing that, please let me know. I'd love to kind of see what you would do with the kitchen and that space. So I actually fiddle around a lot. I love this giant island. I think that really uses the space a little bit more wisely. I do end up having to go outside like that to move the door and make it work. And I believe I do come back to the kitchen again. So but for now, like I mentioned, I am jumping up to the second floor, trying to take this space that was added on and create this really neat roof. This was like, I had a vision and I really wanted it to work, but it was taking forever to figure out. In the end, I love this space. It is like this exterior interior room. So you'll see that it's cut off from the interior of the house with the door, but it's an open flow from the outside right into that room. The only thing really separating it is a little like two walls and then the bar that I'm placing right now. Yeah. I love this idea because it's like if this was an entertaining space, I love the idea of just being able to like walk into this like game room, get some drinks, play some games inside, whatever it is you're going for from the pool without like making the house really wet and dirty. And yeah, I actually grew up with a pool, so I'm thinking like what my mom would do, and she would like make us be completely dry before we were allowed back in the house, in order to like save the floors and so there wouldn't be as much cleaning. So I just thought this little game room was a really nice way to kind of connect the two spaces. I end up putting in there like different recreational things like a ping pong table and a pool bar. Yeah, so it's really, really neat place. I end up moving these tables because I realized the umbrellas were going into the wall, into the inside of the house, and I didn't really like that. So I put one on over the balcony. I thought it would be really cool anyways to look out over the balcony with those. So yeah, I actually am happy that it worked out that way. You probably saw that I put a DJ thing out here. Like I said, I saw this being a party place. Like this is the entertainment of like if you're having birthday parties, you're having whatever type of party with your friends, this is where I thought it would be. I do end up adding lights. I don't leave them over the dance floor here. In fact, I actually come back to put the dance floor, and I'll just say it right now, the dance floor I end up doing as a see-through so that you can actually see right below it. And I love that because it kind of matches with that ceiling that I did in the recreational room. So it's kind of a cool dance floor. But I do end up putting these lights from the toddler stuff back up against the balcony here. I love these lights, and I know a lot of sim builders and just sim players love them as well. I wish we had more of them in terms of like that size. I know we have like festival ones and things, but they're just so big, so they're just not very versatile. I think items that are versatile and can be used in multiple ways are like the those are like the best items that there are. And I've heard some people say like the industrial pack, industrial kit is not very like versatile, which I like agree. Like the one that like there's like two or three things that could be used over again, like the rug and the terrarium plant. But like I would never use that couch unless I was doing an industrial build or a loft build. So I think that's one thing to keep in mind when you're purchasing different packs. If you are looking to see like what pack should I buy, first, if you're a game player versus a game builder, that would be your first thing. You want to know if you're a game player, you want the best playing, like the best play. And I would say like eco lifestyle, fantastic play, and fantastic build. So if you're like looking for both, eco lifestyle is one of my favorites. Um, let's see, what other ones do I love to play? I do like University. I felt like there were a lot of problems with it. So like a lot of like glitches and things. So yeah, like I do love that one though. I like to play with that. I love the idea of them going to school. I love Get to Work. Definitely Get to Work. I just love interactive careers. And this is probably debatable because I know some people don't agree with this, but Dine Out. That is probably one of my favorite. I think that's a game pack. Yeah, game packs. It has this bug in it that drives me absolutely bonkers, and I'm just my fingers are crossed that the Sims team updates that game because it's such a good game. I love owning a restaurant and playing it. I wish we could do a little bit more with it, like be like a waitress and or a chef or something. But I just really enjoy that. If you're wondering, the major glitch I had was basically every time all the customers would just start brawling, like start fighting, and which is part of like I think people said it's only a bug if you own both Eco Lifestyle and Dine Out because it's like one of the NPC things that you can vote for. But I tried disabling it; it still did not work for me. It drives me nuts, but I love that game back. I know it might be, you might not agree with me, and that's okay. Uh, anyways, I am into the like balcony area that looks down into the living room. I created another sitting space. I just thought right outside the recreational room that it would be really cool to like create a quieter area to like not be by the loud bustling pool or the pool table and things like that. So I created that little space. Next, we are into our second bedroom of the place. In fact, this penthouse actually has two bedrooms. Um, and I think it has three full baths, maybe two and a half, but for sure two bathrooms. I'm pretty sure it has three full bathrooms, but I can't be positive because there's this bathroom right off of the recreational space that I use as a bathroom for like guests, and like my envision was like they get changed in there for the pool, or if they have to use the bathroom, it's right off that like party space. But anyways, this bedroom, I love the fact that this bed has no headboard because I found this debug item of that like kind of fence thing, and I put it behind the bed to create a unique headboard instead of like the ones that come with a lot of the beds. So yeah, you won't see that like with any other bed because it's strictly unique to like the debug and what I use from the debug pack. I even put in a yoga mat here because I really saw this space, like I said, like this was meant for wellness. Maybe like the athlete career. Like I end up putting a basketball hoop outside, and like there's a pool and there's going to be a workout room and all of these places like a yoga mats. So I put a yoga mat in here, like overlooking that giant window in the corner. I think that just kind of brings in like what you might see. I will say I did not decorate the balcony that's right off of this room. I forgot. And then when I did remember, I decided that I did decorate all the other outdoor space. And so I thought maybe this might have been a bad idea, but maybe that you could take that space and turn it into like a skill building place. So if there are some skills that I didn't add items for that you would like to do, like, I don't know, like candle making or whatever it is, that you could put it out there on that balcony. So here I am. I'm starting with all of these wellness items. I decide, no, the idea of this is for an athlete, so I need to make it a whole room, not just on the balcony. So I actually go back downstairs. This is the room right by the kitchen. And I put all the workout room items in here. This is where I end up putting that wall with the windows, like I mentioned, to separate the workout space from the manicure, pedicure, and like the massage table, because I wanted it to be a relaxing area that, like, after you work out, you could go and get like a deep tissue massage done. So that was my theory here. Another thing that I'm just thinking about as I'm doing this voiceover would be, it would be so neat to have a bathroom right off of this where there's either a sauna inside or even just like a giant bathtub, because the bathtubs, if you didn't know, and I'm pretty sure you do, if you have the spa pack, you can do mud baths to like refresh your sim, and you could do a mud bath and a couple other types of baths as well. Which, yeah, like, that would be a really neat thing. So feel free to add that if you'd like to for your gameplay. But that is like the wellness area downstairs, which I absolutely love the idea of having like an athletic, either person or couple or friends or whoever that lives here. If you end up deciding like this isn't necessarily what I was looking for, upstairs there is a third bedroom that I end up taking out as a bedroom and using it as something else, which you will see later. But I actually go back downstairs, and this is the office. This is right next to the entrance, right off the dining room, and I love having an office right here. I just think it works really well, keeping it close to the entrance area. And it's just another like private little nook to sit in front of another fireplace. This is the only other fireplace of the building is in here. Yeah, I don't know. I actually grew up with a room like this, like an actual office that our family used, and we called it a den. I don't know. Doesn't anybody else do that? I feel like nowadays, and which makes sense, like we just call them an office, but ours was called a den, and I don't know why, but maybe my mom just really liked like the fancy term of I have a den in my house. I'm not sure, but yeah. If you didn't know, the Sims team on Twitter just posted this new thing today, and I thought I would read it to you. It's called The Season of Selves. New season, new Sims. Whether you're heading back to school, back to work, or trying to get back to reality, 'tis the season to celebrate all your Sims selves. Try on looks that defy borders and boundaries with 3 global fit kits. Cultivate your modern sanctuary with a fresh new build kit. And enjoy free updates that add dimensions to your Sims' lives, let you customize your space with color, and unlock new ways to play. Explore any of our new for any of yous. Sorry, let me read that again. Explore any of our new for any of your use, or even try it all at once. So that is what they just released today. A lot of people are really excited, and a lot of people, actually more people, are kind of mad because lots of people do not like the kits. And at the moment, I'm kind of in the middle on kits because, like I said, I joined Sims 4 pretty late in the game here, like the last year, which means that I came in being able to have most of these packs and expansion packs, and I didn't like start from scratch where there just wasn't a lot of items and gameplay. So in terms of the kits, I love them for building. I do not own the Courtyard Oasis. I own all the rest of them. So like I own the industrial kit, Bust of Dust, and why am I blanking? Oh, Country Kitchen. Oh, and I don't own the Create a Sim one. I don't own that one either. So I am a little disappointed that these kits are more about it says try on looks that defy borders and boundaries. So that's like Create a Sim, which I'm not quite into as much. I don't enjoy creating the Sims as I love creating storylines for them. But in terms of like picking out all their clothing and stuff, that's just not my expertise. So I love creating stories, but the try on looks thing is just not for me. But then the second one that it said about cultivate your modern sanctuary with a fresh new build kit. Love that there's going to be a new build kit, but I'm still really frustrated because when they released these kits initially, they had said that these kits would be for items that don't quite have enough items or gameplay to create as like its own expansion pack or its own game pack or item pack. But I feel like they're not. I feel like they're just trying to like eat up money, to be honest. Like they're $5 a piece, and they were supposed to be adding gameplay in like random items, but they're only adding items into it. So I love the kits, but I also am kind of frustrated because I love Bust the Dust because it adds that whole gameplay of like trying to clean your apartment and keep the dust away and like vacuum and things like that. So I do love that. But it drives me nuts that there's not more kits that are gameplay, especially if you are a person who uses gameplay the most for The Sims. Yeah, I know those people are definitely frustrated the most. I kind of missed it, but to talk about it, this is the entrance area right off the elevator. I thought this could be a customized place. I turned it kind of modern, mostly because I thought maybe like it is technically a penthouse, which means you would own like the whole like floor and floors or whatever. But I kind of thought too, like maybe because it's part of the building that this was like something that maybe more the building owned. I wasn't sure. I do keep it slightly industrial, but it has a little bit more of a modern take. I also miss talking about when I went back to go declutter the office, I laid down basically a whole bunch of item packs, and you're probably a whole bunch of items and clutter items, and that is actually from the gallery. Whenever I sometimes struggle with like, what should I put in this room? There's this option where you can go onto the gallery, and I believe, I can't remember her name. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe I'm blanking on this. I can go ahead and put it in the description down below, but she has created like a clutter list where you can like just place it in your build, use whatever you want, and then delete the rest of it. So super convenient, super nice. I love that. I love the gallery, and I love that she did that for building purposes. Here I am back into the kitchen. Like I told you, this place was really hard to figure out. I end up being medium happy with it. So yeah, you'll have to tell me, like I said, if you change something around. I was trying to decide if I wanted island ovens and stoves or not. So yeah. Also, back to The Sims announcement about the new season, like fall season. I was reading it again, and I kind of thought about it when it said, or even try it all at once. I have a feeling like this means like they're going to release all of these kits and all these updates like at the same time. That's my theory when they say explore any of our new or even try it all at once. That's my theory, is like they're going to do it all at the same on the same day. That would be insanity. Like that's 4 kits and free updates with an ES plural. That makes me think that maybe there's multiple packs question mark that are getting the update. That would be so amazing if there was multiple updates for different things, especially Dine Out. Like I mentioned, one of my favorites to play needs some help. Yeah, a lot of people have different theories going on like the Twitter thread and like YouTube and things. So we'll have to see what ends up happening. I will have to say, like, the Sims 4 team creates such like cryptic announcements when they put things out. I think they love that the fact that everyone gets into like speculation of what they think things actually mean, and I just love that. I love that for us little sleuthers. The internet has got to be some of the fastest FBI agents I've ever seen. But yeah, so here I am finishing up some details in our kitchen. Industrial. We've got the dine out utensils that are hanging on the wall. I thought that industrial look with the metal looked awesome. I end up sizing down those pots and pans just so that it fits a little better, because otherwise it was kind of hanging off into the little utensils. Also, those cutting boards are from Cool Kitchen. Cool Kitchen, another like really surprisingly good pack. That's what I would say. Like in terms of build buy objects. I could not believe how many adorable items were in that pack, especially when you hear like Cool Kitchen. Like you're like, oh, okay, like that's great. But they've got like those cutting boards and knives and just a couple like spectacular items. In fact, I think the next room we're doing is the extra room, which I hope it is. Yes, it is. Okay. So this room I turn into another like entertainment space slash media room. I initially was going to do the photography thing, and then I was like, that's not quite what I was looking for. I didn't want this room to feel like really worky. I don't know, workaholic. So what I end up doing is putting like the DJ mixing tape and the like live stream computer over on the one side. So lots of skill building items. Thinking like athlete would probably like do a good job with that. And then on the other side, I use from the movie pack to create an indoor theater. I wanted to use the movie pack like all the items, like the couches and things, but I don't know if you've ever like looked at that pack. Do not recommend. The only item I actually like from the movie pack is the popcorn maker. Like that's it. Even like these TVs are just over the top big TVs. And yes, I know we can scale them down. So I will do that in the future for the tinier houses I make, but this one, since it was so big, I knew I could make it fit. Yeah, there's that popcorn machine, only item. If you look at the swatches for the movie pack, they're like fluorescent, almost culture, like, I don't know, like country yard oasis type swatches. So really weird, very interesting. All right, over here, you'll notice I put a snow globe up on the counter that has a little dinosaur inside. And if you've watched me before, you know that I have kind of created this tribute to a little girl that means a lot to me. Her name is Eliza. She was almost 3 years old and she passed away from childhood cancer. And I found her on TikTok when I was going through a really hard time. And her parents, Kate and Chance, just the way they parented Eliza and Eliza's fun personality just really shone and showed up really well in those videos. And when I just felt like crying, I could open up my phone and go to TikTok and find a cute little video of little Miss Eliza either sassing her parents or her parents trying to bug her, or yeah, she just had so much personality. She loved this butterfly garden, and she just meant a lot to me. And the reason I put like a dinosaur snow globe is because she was known as Dino Baby, which, if you don't know, Steven on TikTok or YouTube, he is obsessed with dinosaurs. And so Eliza was his Dino Baby, because she loved dinosaurs as well. So she was part of the Dino Club. And yeah, so I always put a little snow globe of a dinosaur. I try to put it in every single one of my builds as a little like tribute so that I can just put her name out there more and raise awareness for the fact of cancer. And, you know, Kate taught me this and I had no clue, but during one of her lives, she told me that when governments put money towards cancer, that only 3% of all of the money that comes from the government for cancer research, only 3% of it actually goes towards childhood cancer. That was like mind boggling. The fact that many government officials or, you know, people assume like, oh, they're putting this much money towards cancer research, that's so good, and it's great, but most of that just goes to adults. And part of the reasoning is because a lot of politicians don't realize that, and they don't know like the kind of the exceptions and things like that. And also they kind of figure that if it works for an adult, it will work for a kid. And Kate talked about how that's like not the case, because obviously the dosage has to be much more different, which means then we're not sure if it reacts the same way with cancer. So if you're ever interested in donating money towards childhood cancer, specifically look for hospitals that have low administrative fees, and also just make people aware of that, like the knowledge on childhood cancer. I had no idea until Kate talked about it. So I'm really glad I know about it now. I will definitely be looking into that for the future, especially when like voting season comes up, and just making people aware, because children are the next generation. They are our hope for the future, and they have such no parent, no child should ever have to spend their life in a hospital. So yes, that's why I put my dino snow globe in all my builds. But anyways, one of my last things for inside the house here is once again on that balcony to create a little writing and hangout space. I could see people kind of sitting here and taking drinks, or sitting at that laptop and being a writer or an influencer in some way. So that was kind of like my last little hangout area. The last thing I do is head outside. I get my basically my dining area with a grill built into like cabinets and like patio furniture for eating. I kind of get that all like right there into the middle of the outside, next to the basketball hoop, and kind of create this like really nice dine out space, right? Like, and it's downstairs so that it can be kind of close to the kitchen, a little bit more practical. So yeah, thank you so much for watching my videos. I really appreciate all those who take the time to have watched it this far. I know this was a longer video. Thanks for sticking around. If you enjoyed this build, please hit the like button below, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I really look forward to seeing you more. I hope you enjoy the screenshots, and